to reconstruct them in a way that they're more resilient. The completion time for Lacovia High School is set for January, while Darliston Primary School is set for February.
At Darliston Primary, the ministry team also assessed tents being used as classrooms. The tents were donated by the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. The donations form part of UNICEF's relief effort to the ministry, aimed at helping to reduce learning loss at institutions damaged by Hurricane Melissa. Minister Crawford says she was impressed by the tent classrooms.
What is of importance to note is that at the Darliston Primary School, there are 2 tents donated by UNICEF that are currently being used to house grades 5 and 6 students. The tents are able to hold 40 students. The ventilation is very good. We met with principal teachers. They are in very high spirit. The students have been coming out.
She adds that construction work at Maud McLeod High is set to get underway in January. The institution is still being used by the Jamaica Defence Force as a base for relief activities. Crawford notes that both herself and her line minister, Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon, are encouraged by the progress being made at the 3 institutions assessed.
It was a very, very productive day. I'm really encouraged by the resilience of our people in the West and super thankful to our regional director, our regional leaders, our principal, teachers, parents, and the community.
Mahiri Stewart for Nationwide News.
The Jamaica Public Service Company JPS says power has been restored to almost all customers in eastern parishes affected by Hurricane Melissa. Director of Corporate Communications at JPS Winsome Callum provided the update on the Consumer Hour with Norgay Banton on Friday.
The fact is we have now restored most of our customers on the eastern side of the island in the parishes of St. Catherine, Kingston and St. Andrew, St. Thomas, St. Mary and Portland. We only have pockets of customers, and it's maybe less than 100 or less than 50 that we would find in these parishes. And the reason they would be out is because of the access issues or unique challenges facing these individual customers. But we're really comfortable with the pace at which we have been going.
As at December 15, JPS says power was restored to 84% of its customers. The Light and Power Company had promised a restoration target of 80% for St. Anne and 95% for Manchester and Clarendon by Christmas. Callum says JPS is doing better than projected.
In the parishes of Clarendon, Manchester and St. Anne, this is the second group of parishes that we had said that we would be restoring 80% of these parishes by the end of the year, and we are definitely on track to deliver on this promise. Regrettably, we will not be able to get to everybody. Right now, we have passed the 95% restoration of our customers in Clarendon and Manchester, and we are on track to get to at least 80% of our customers in St. Anne by Christmas.
Winsome Callum, Director of Corporate Communications at JPS. Meanwhile, Ms. Callum says at least 75% of customers in Trelawney should have their power supply restored by Christmas Day.
With regards to the rest of the island, we definitely know that we will have restored about 75% of customers in Trelawney by Christmas. In the other parishes, we are not able to tell you how many of our customers will get back power. What we do know is that we are aiming to get light back to all of the major towns at a minimum in the parishes of St. James, Hanover, St. Elizabeth and Westmoreland. It's really challenging, especially over in Westmoreland and St. Elizabeth, because of the extent of the damage to the network, to the infrastructure.
According to her, the JPS has enough resources to complete the power restoration process.
With regards to material like wires and poles, yes, we do. And we do have shipments that come in almost every week. So we definitely have material to support the rebuild. With regards to equipment, we are expecting some equipment trucks included, and the specialized equipment that allows for digging and planting of poles more quickly than the manual effort. We did get quite a few trucks in with the team that came in from the U.S., the Tempest team. I think we got over 100 vehicles, and we are getting more with this new group that came in from Canada.
Winsome Callum, Director of Corporate Communications at Jamaica Public Service. The Court Administration Division, CAD, has relocated all St. Catherine's Circuit Court matters to Kingston due to damage caused by Hurricane Melissa. Director of Client Services, Communication and Information at the CAD, Kadish Jared Fletcher, made the disclosure during a recent interview with JIS News. She informed that the Rodney Memorial Building, which houses the court's administrative operations, sustained major water damage. Mrs. Jared Fletcher said the flooring was compromised and the technocrats advised that the building should not be occupied. Mrs. Jared Fletcher also informed that adjustments have been made to accommodate the administrative staff. There was a suspension of sittings of the lay magistrates to get that location to use for the administrative staff in order to facilitate the continuation of parish court matters. Meanwhile, the CAD is reassuring the public that court records remain fully intact following the recent passage of Hurricane Melissa. Mrs. Jared Fletcher noted that both digital and physical systems are in place to safeguard court documents. She said records of the court remain intact because of the combination of electronic and physical filings. The Director of Client Services, Communication and Information at the CAD further noted that connectivity challenges are being managed as effectively as possible. She noted that most of the courts had generators and they were refueled to facilitate electrical connectivity at the courts. The opposition People's National Party, PNP, says the Jamaica Urban Transit Company, JUTC, is in breach of the law by offering regular route between Ocho Rios and Kingston. Michael Phillips is the opposition spokesman on transport.
You can't just jump into routes without following the law. The Transport Authority regulations are clear. Origin of destination surveys and seat assessments are required before a rural stage carriage license can be issued. The JUTC is breaching the law by awarding itself rural license. Only the Transport Authority can issue these licenses. Minister Vaz, why is the JUTC abandoning the failed express service to Ocho Rios and poaching on rural routes already licensed to private operators?
Route 610X was converted to a regular route on December 17. The service was launched as a rural express route on October 1. The JUTC says the regular route offers lower fares with scheduled service. Mr. Phillips is calling on Transport Minister Darrell Vaz to desist from what he says are failed experiments of putting JUTC buses outside of its designated areas.
The JUTC has an exclusive license for stage carriage in the KMTR, but their service has been inadequate for 9 years. They are 10,000 seats short of the daily requirement of 25,000. Minister Vaz, make public the performance reports of the JUTC service on these rural express routes. The Ocho Rios route is poorly supported and a financial drain to the JUTC. Reports show passenger loads as low as 10 persons on a 53-seater unit. Minister Vaz, you're failing in your duty to hold JUTC management accountable. Stop the experiments at taxpayers' expense.
Michael Phillips, opposition spokesman on transport. To news on the international scene, President Donald Trump has expanded a U.S. travel ban, barring nationals of 5 additional countries and people traveling on Palestinian Authority-issued documents from entering the U.S. The White House said the restrictions were intended to protect the security of the United States and will come into force on the 1st of January. Full entry restrictions will be imposed on people from Burkina Faso, Mali, Niger, South Sudan, and Syria, as well as Palestinian Authority passport holders. The administration also moved Laos and Sierra Leone, which were previously subject to partial restrictions, to the full ban list to put partial restrictions on 15 other countries, including Nigeria, Tanzania, and Zimbabwe. And now to sport. Alexander Isak came off the bench to score for Liverpool, but was forced off with injury as the Reds won a chaotic Premier League match at 9-man Tottenham. Isak broke the deadlock in the 56th minute, but was injured in the act of scoring before Hugo doubled Liverpool's lead to 10 minutes later. Well, they doubled Liverpool's lead 10 minutes later. Spurs substitute Richarlison pulled a goal back, but Liverpool held on to inflict further pain on Thomas Frank, whose side Simons and Christian Romero sent off and have now won just one of their past 8 league games. So the final score in that match, Liverpool 2, Tottenham 1. And now for a recap of the top news stories this hour. State Minister of Education and Youth Rodomoy Crawford says significant progress has been made in repairing schools damaged by Hurricane Melissa in western Jamaica. JPS says power has been restored to almost all customers in eastern parishes affected by Hurricane Melissa. PMP says the JUTC is in breach of the law by offering regular route between Ocherius and Kingston. You can find the news on our website at rivernews.ai and the River News app available on Google Play and the App Store. News is next at 5 tomorrow afternoon. Good afternoon.
Creative Building Finishes is celebrating 25 years of transforming Jamaican spaces. And we're saying thank you in a big way. Enjoy up to 25% off select items all year long. From bold tiles to breathtaking bathrooms and kitchens. Discover everything you need to create your dream space. Visit us at 5 Red Hills Road or online at creativebuildingfinishes.com. Creative Building Finishes.
Your beautiful finish begins here.
Come into the parlor, there's a welcome there for you.
Welcome to the Mayor's Parlor with Desmond McKenzie.
From 1 to 6 p.m. every Sunday, you'll now get more of your favorite vintage music.
Put your head on my shoulder.
Nationwide 90 FM will transform your Sunday into a musical time machine that will take you way back.
Come with me, let's go back in time.
This magic moment.
Journey into yesteryear with Desmond McKenzie in the Mayor's Parlor.
I've got the music to jog your memory and make you smile.
Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone.
Sit back, relax, and enjoy the best in vintage music.
Come into the Mayor's Parlor every Sunday between 1 and 6 p.m. here on Nationwide 90 FM, a revolution in media.
Those oldies but goodies reminds me of you.
Nationwide 90 FM, 90 FM, 90 FM.
Everybody up, yeah, give them a update. Everybody up, love you look, yeah, give them a update. Come and do, spend a couple dump here, make the club shake, living legend on the asphalt, know the must here, slim gal a sweet, gal a carry love here.
Nationwide 90 FM.
Give them a
yo, pull up, let's go again.
Nationwide 90 FM, 90 FM, 90 FM.
Everybody up, yeah, give them a update. Everybody up, love you look, yeah, give them a update. Come and do, spend a couple dump here, make the club shake, living legend on the asphalt, know the must here, slim gal a sweet, gal a carry love here. Everybody up, give them a update. No, we run out just here. Tough crackers, them badness a tough joke. And no bus clappers, a dumb tape, girl.
Boss for every boss, done for every done. Ever militant, so it and humble like a lamb, tell them no confusion. Boss for every boss, done for every done. Make them know see I want, so it and no confusion. Hey, nah hype over strong. Badness the rate them where them get it from. A fool I know the time, they know the time. Them only good for fire, good for fire, good in. Must want to meet them ending. Them can't see me, they pan a higher rank. And if I dark and ignorant, mash up them plate, them have to get them up. I saw I instant, brain speak them up, brain speak them up. A guy for no semi no run prank. Hey, pass for every boss, done for every done. Ever militant, so it and so it and.
Legends live forever. What me do? Let me name that hurt like a king. Tell a lift, what a thing. Boy, you we get. I know me alone at the world that I sing. Enough money, broke pocket that I sin. Bad man, get up, pop a pin. What a pin, don't want to see the black a win. Cash a swing, bed never have a proper spring. Pool, by a beach, my mama swim. Build a school, and teach you some other thing. Ship on you no matter you follow him. Yeah, I'm Kim and get him. What he did? What he did? Big la, live la. Back it in, put it up our feet, up eating. What he did? Hack it dip. From me a juvenile and the money I call me. Call my daughter pick up Benz and my son in Hardy. You don't know for one for no party. One of them I call me legend and me no pass party. Oh my God, you never get it when you're young and hearty. My priority straight, me no broke and party. Couple out over, someone want for a laugh shortly. Get the money loaded. She has no love, she herself. Cause me, and nobody no know, cause me no talking. I while, none of my dog no saucy. Me can find the Kyle, me say no boy no flossy. But the piece was sharpy, pull up and park it. Not for life dog, she walk that shortly. Love of my life, yo, and the money me want. See yo, but what me can't see on them life them. Like I'm earth strong, check my birth paper, me come from the dirt farm. So me carry them a German. The bourbon I sit slow, me a the surgeon. The servant no weak for proof. A girl for night, taboo. Last night, I took off the turban, love the million.
Success don't come overnight. No matter no substance over I do it for the love, and I do it for the life. No for level of life, that's alright. Sit down on the post and the street all night. Sit down on social media type.
Nationwide 90 FM. DJ Jerome Shellboss. Nationwide 90 FM. 90 FM.
Success don't come overnight. No matter no substance over I do it for the love, and I do it for the life. No for level of light, that's alright. Sit down on the post and the street all night. Sit down on social media type. While I say them they a studio a vice. Oh, me never put them up on no flight. And me never see them a live no tour life. You miss a man now you have so much likes. My money still a lead for iTunes. Simple me we not ready yet. Put the music first, that's all. While we there and a bar and a hype. Free a work, dance all. When you see me, yes, and I see I never do when we never write. I never show where we at night. No, we not do it for the likes, but I'm telling them I'm doing it for the love, and I do it for the life. What I do it for the love, and I do it for the life.
Dance all of me everything. Dance all of me everything. Dance all of me everything. Jungle is Billy Bounce, yeah. Every bad man and every dog, yeah. I grade, so the rum said, yeah. You look better than Beyonce. Y'all a pray you me baby, what do that done say? Me got the oxygen for your lungs, yeah. Make you speak in a tongue, yeah.